Holding It Down podcast with 3 Plates Tommy.
What's up, everybody? In the motherfucking house, holding it down. 3 Plates Tommy. What's up? Today we got a special guest, episode 2. None other than the famous Ezone in the motherfucking house. You guys already know he's going to introduce himself. The OG, the man. Thank you for being here.
What's up, Tommy?
Doing my show.
You know how bad I wanted to interrupt you on the way over here.
Finally, huh?
Yeah, finally. And to everybody that's watching, he took a serious attempt. He's like, because nobody knew how serious you were. By the way, everybody is watching. If you're watching Tommy's podcast, you're no stranger to who I am, and because he's been on my podcast with Xavier before Xavier was on there, and he was first on GPS podcast. And then so you guys, all you guys know. But what's up? I'm Ezone. I'm here and holding it down with 3 Plates Tommy. Wondering what the in-house lies are here. Has he lied to you guys here yet?
We're barely getting there. It's barely episode 2, fool.
Is it the second time in this building or what?
Other than flying in here with the helicopter, know what I'm saying. But yeah, this is barely episode 2.
Got a
so no lies yet. Right now we're keeping it neutral. Right now, you know what I'm saying. But yeah. The reason that I'm here, and doing this podcast thing is because Ezone and George Perez and stuff, and doing their shows, and everyone, saying, Tommy, you do a fucking podcast, and then George was like, you need to do a fucking podcast, Ezone. I was telling him I was going to do a podcast,
because people like you.
And then Ezone actually helped me. He helped me at first. Fool, we were supposed to do a fucking Like he had studio space and he hooked me up with fucking location and fucking remember the day we were right there and we were painting it. I fucking took all my fucking drawings and fucking my fucking cuadros. I had the
you're talking about the temporary studio.
Yeah, the little spot. We painted the background and then I had the fucking glove for Michael Jackson fool with the little plastic case. Fucking the bent rim from Tupac was right there. It was going to be right there on the show. We had it. But, Dick, we just got done, finished painting it. They did one show. I think Portese Bien did an episode there. And we never made it. That day, the man we finished up and did everything. That day, he was like, nah, we can't do it no more.
That place,
we're like, damn.
That place is now an Amazon warehouse.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
that
we're
place
renting
sold
it out
for like $5.2 million or some shit like that. Yeah,
the whole location.
Yeah,
even those fools are gone.
Notes is gone too.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, they moved into like a bigger warehouse and shit, like out in San Dimas.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. The real estate game is like, what happens when those fools die? Who's gonna take those houses? You think they have that shit? Because
the Amazon fools?
No, like the fools that are based, obviously there's those big percentage of people that are gonna offer. Like people would be like, hey, Walmart wants to buy this warehouse. We're gonna offer you money you never dreamt about.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of those old ass fools that are señores that they're like the last of a dying breed, that they own like the lavanderia down the street or the mercado.
And they own not well. Fuck,
yeah, you know what I mean.
It keeps
and a lot
going,
of those fools don't have good relationships with their family, dog, because being a minority and like nobody not like, or coming from somewhere where you're not being able to be understood.
Yeah.
Like, if you're the first one to start a business in your family, your dad's not gonna understand what it's like to make a sacrifice and be open on Christmas as compared to going in there to eat tamales with everybody.
Yeah,
like,
you're
fuck
like, hey,
the tamales, homie.
Puro pinche trabajo.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck the tamales, dog. I gotta pay rent. Like shit like that. But I'm like, there's still those people that still own those places.
No, well, hopefully they pass it down to their fucking family, and their fucking family learns about how to run fucking business how they did. Because some fools, it's like you always see motherfuckers' business die, dog. Like you're like, oh, what happened to the fucking store? We're like, remember the old man died fucking like 10 years ago. Oh,
I used to work for a fool like that.
They shut down the whole motherfucking shit because that old man, instead of teaching everybody how to fucking run the motherfucking shit, he died.
I worked for a business like that crumbled like that, and that was kind of like the big lesson that taught me like oh shit, that morale in particular. So like I used to sell cars at the spot in Canoga Park called Auto Excel. It used to be on Canoga and Sherman Way. Excuse me, it used to be right there, and it used to be used cars. This fool had been around for 25, 30 years. This fool has a heart attack for one day, right?
The old man, the owner?
Yeah, the owner. This fool has a heart attack. Bam, this fool dies.
Yeah.
He leaves the shit in charge to his son. His son, I used to work for him and his son, but his son used to run the internet sales department, and it was only him.
Yeah.
All he would do was post ads. That's all he would do.
He'd be like, this
yeah, that was
motherfucker
like
ain't
that
really
was
doing
the
shit.
internet sales department. Like, I gotta post ads, and then I feel fulfilled.
Yeah, we're like, motherfucker, I know you ain't doing shit. We're
Yeah.
going on the motherfucking internet,
On
posting that
Craigslist.
shit.
On Craigslist.
pa'
Craigslist
acabarla.
and WordPress.
Yeah, you could do that shit on your phone. That fool was just milking it all
copy
day.
and paste and just milking it. And then I came on board, and then I worked there for like three years. And then when that fool died, I just saw his son take the company, and the first thing he did was sell it.
No, he's like,
Yeah,
all right,
dog.
you guys
25
have 30
fucking years.
Yeah.
Of fucking like this fool working hard, making it through numerous recessions, and I'm just like, yeah, if you don't teach these fools how to appreciate it properly, or if they're not, or not that you're from a very privileged, point, but or a privileged, I guess, a birthplace, but. It's just like you got to teach motherfuckers to appreciate shit, dog.
Yeah, or learn how to do that shit, or learn how to make the fucking engine keep going, you know?
Let me ask you something, Tommy. Do you got your ass whipped when you were a kid?
Like hit, fuck yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, no que te agarraron a putazos, but
No,
you got
yeah,
whipped, right?
yeah.
Do
Like
you believe
fucking
that?
when
Do
I
you
was
believe
being
that
bad.
it's a critical point for some kids? I'm not saying all kids got to get hit, but bro, you know those
Yeah.
little Edgars. Like,
There's some motherfucking kids that need to get hit. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
But
saying? I'm not saying
if
punch
you-
the fool in the face, but that shit was a critical moment for some of us when we were 4 or 5, when our parents was like, "Hey, they took me to the bathroom and that fool took his belt off." And
Yeah,
beat the shit
and
out
it-
of me.
yeah.
I never acted up as Sears again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No more dragging myself on the motherfucking floor again, or fucking throwing just shoes or some shit. Ándale, cabrón. That's it. We used to just get the fucking squeeze in the knee by my mom. We'd be like, oh, what the fuck? When someone asks us some shit like, hey, what's going on? My mom would just start squeezing her knee. We'd be
How do
like,
you
"Oh,
feel
what
about
the fuck?"
how do you
No.
feel about that? Like, you're a parent. Like, do you like are like if you I mean, it's hard, bro, because
No,
you
yeah,
have daughters, bro.
yeah.
Like,
Well, no, yeah, I have
like,
one.
Like, girls
one-
don't really get hit unless
I
she's
have a
out
little
there
daughter.
like just, you know.
No, but she's cool. But she gets when we're out, she doesn't really act up a little bit, you know,
Yeah.
here and there, but nothing crazy. I see some fucking where I'm
Walmart
like,
kids?
Damn, my little kid is actually good. There's some fucking badass kids out there, fool.
make babies.
Dog, kicking shit around, throwing shit, like at the mall. Like I seen a little kid by himself, like just eating fucking from the food
How
court,
old?
but,
What do
but
you-
the food all over like the
How old though?
the table and shit. Little kid, fool, 7.
And he's at the mall by himself.
He was by himself, and then you see fucking the mom come up, tell him, "Oh, what the fuck? Gets him. Let's go." The table's all fucked up. Doesn't even care. Leaves. You know, there's just some
Yeah.
bad kids that they don't know no better, and they ain't gonna get taught any better because the fucking parents are the same
They're
way.
on the
You know.
same boat.
At least me, I'll be like, "Hey, you can't
Yeah.
be doing that shit." You know, and try to stop it before it gets too crazy.
But if your kid's out there acting up, are you gonna would you spank your kid?
yeah, well, yeah.
Like
if
if
she
like
get-
you know
Nah,
when to spank
No, I
your
won't.
kid, fool.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mike. She doesn't get to my daughter's little. She's little. She doesn't get to the point where you have to spank her. But if
Of
she
course, yeah,
was
but-
to later on, probably. Of course,
Like
you
the
know,
last
she's
time
gonna,
I got an
she
ass
does some
whooping-
bad shit. Motherfuckers gonna get hit.
Was when I came home,
Chanclas coming off.
I came home like I was like, I want to say I was 10th grade. I think that's the reason I hate Tecate, because I had drank so many of those and I didn't feel
In 10th
drunk.
grade?
Yeah, 10th or 11th grade. I went to
Fuck.
like the homegirls quinceañera, and I came home thinking I was straight,
Oh,
dog.
Tecate it out.
Straight. I thought it was like clean. I was like, "What's up, mom? What's up, dad? I'm going to sleep." Nope, got my ass
Yeah,
whooped,
get
dog.
your ass over here. Fool, one time I came home high as fuck. Me and my homie fucking we went to fucking the most hilarious shit. We got money to go buy some chronic.
Yeah.
Because it was fucking we were in what, 9th grade or some shit. And we were from Ridgecrest, and fucking the chronic wasn't out there yet. And the homie, you had to go and search around to who had some fucking chronic. So we walked around all over, like this fool didn't have it. We're like, all right, go over here. This fool has it. Called this fool, he had it. Fucking walked
You're like
all the way
searching for
across
a
town.
Funko
Yeah,
Pop.
searching everywhere. And they didn't have no buses in town, fool, so you just have to walk across town. And fool, we got this chronic, fool, and we blazed it. We were so fucking lit, fool, and we were walking to my house. And we're like, oh, we're going to be good. Fucking the wind's hitting us. We're not going to smell.
The wind's
Fool,
hitting us?
we're walking to my house, and my homie looks at me, and he's like, dog, your eyes are fucking red, fool. And I'm like, what? He's like, fool, they're red like I'm scared. I was like, what? He's like, dog, it's like your eyes are super red. I'm like, fuck, we didn't have Visine, dog.
Yeah.
I was like, what are we gonna fucking do? And we fucking probably smelled like bud big time, you know?
Yep.
So I'm like, fuck, what are we gonna do? We go to my house. I'm like, fuck it, dog. When we get in, just walk to my room, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. We open the door. And my friends are like, hey, what's up? Didn't even say shit. And fucking my homie walks right into my room. And then I walk in. And then I'm like, Ma. And she's like, what? She's like, what? What the fuck? I'm like, me duelen los ojos. And then she's like, what? I was like, my fucking eyes hurt. Because I was tripping. I was like, fuck, they're going to ask us why.
They're going to eventually ask you why
my eyes are red. But they weren't going to ask us shit, dog.
Yeah.
They were watching fucking Sao Gigante, kicking in the living room, not even tripping on me.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. So I walk in and I'm fucking being drama. My fucking mom sees me and then she looks and she's like, oh, let me see it. And she's like, hey, she tells my dad, Viti, mira, this fool fucking eyes. And then he's like, what's wrong? He looks at me and he's like, oh. He's like, no, well, help him out. Fool, my mom sat me, dog, in the middle of my living room and fucking, she sliced lemons. Open, dog. And I was like, what's cracking with that? Fool, she's like, siéntate. And I was like, nah. And she's like, siéntate. I was like, fuck. Fool, sat me in the middle of the fucking, in the kitchen and fucking squeezed lemons into my eyes, fool. Both. She's like, el otro. I was like, fuck. My dad's laughing. I was like, hey, what the fuck? I was like, nah. She's like, a ver. Fucking fool, straight into my eyes, dog. And I probably smelled like bud. My eyes were red. They're like, look at this little idiot trying to fucking, like, he told on himself.
That works, though.
Fool, they were laughing, dog. And fucking, I went into the room with my homie. I was like, fuck, dog. That fool was laughing. I was like, what the fuck? That shit was the fucking funniest shit ever. Now that I think about it, I was like, they fucking knew that I was fucking high, dog. But man, I was all fucking butted.
I used to have a grandpa that used to do that shit. Every time his eyes would get irritated, homie would cut some limones, a little lime, and he'll do it, and he was like, "Oh, clear it right up." And I'm just like, "You're fucking tripping, abuelo!" Like,
with the lemon?
Yeah, the yellow ones, not the limes.
Yeah,
the yellow ones.
No, that's what I'm saying. The lemons, the limes is a lime.
Yeah.
What the fuck? He would.
He'll cut this shit up into like a little like pollo loco slice.
Yeah.
Like, like the ones that come in the little cups.
Yeah.
And that fool will fucking just be like this, bro. He'll just fucking.
So they were red or what?
Yeah, when he would have like a little eye infection or something, and then you'll see the fucking the drops of lemon fucking pour down, and that fool would just literally take that shit like nothing. Like, just I feel like he would do that just to like flex on all his like grandkids. Like, yeah, no matter what, you're always gonna be a little bitch.
Fool, my eyes are watering right now thinking about that shit. Like, I'm thinking about.
Have you ever had it come in your
lemons
eyes?
And my eyes are watering, dick.
Have you ever had the lemon come in your eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you're squeezing in a taco and you're
yeah.
what the fuck?
That's lime, fool. But lemon is a whole different game.
Oh, well, you know what? Well, lemon just when my mom
lemon
did that
is
shit
cloudy,
to me, fool.
fool.
Straight up lemon. Let's go.
Lemon is cloudy, bro. I'll tell you, like, lime is clear because I've had both in my eye, but lemon is cloudy, dog. Like when you see that shit coming. I remember, like, I think the first time it happened was I remember I was at I think it was like a wedding, a family wedding a couple years ago. And I just remember it was like closed. Everybody was packed and someone was in there. Give him a big ass slice of lemon. Pours it on the fucking birria and the fucking shit. It hits me, dog. And I just remember seeing the big ass gota coming this way.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like I remember I was young enough where I didn't have a phone or anything going on. And I just remember seeing it coming and I'm just like, fool, this shit looks like fucking a raindrop cloud.
Yeah, look at it.
Yeah, that shit got it. I was like, dog, this is like the worst thing ever. It goes away quick though. Have you ever had eye drops that burn the shit out of your eyes?
Fool, the ones that they bring from like Japan or some shit. They're like round.
The round with the clear bottom?
It's like mint.
Yes,
it's like just give me a fucking scope and throw that motherfucker in there.
That shit is refreshing though. I ain't gonna lie though.
It's like throwing Listerine for your eyes, huh?
Visine costs $3.29, the highest I've ever seen it. But like that one, the one that he's talking about, I don't know what it's called. It's a little Japanese bottle. It has a Japanese name.
Yeah, dog.
And it has a black cap and a red one or a green one. And the bottom is always clear. And that's just
it's an experience, huh?
Yeah. But like it leaves your eye like as if you put like winter fresh in that shit. Mm-hmm. Like you be thinking you're like, I got crystal clear vision.
Yeah, after you're like, damn, you can even breathe better after you're like.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I can fucking
Has nothing
I can
to
see
do
like
with
a motherfucker.
your nose, but you're like, yo, this feel good.
Hey, Clear Eyes and Visine is two different people.
Yeah, they're two. It's like
cut some fools out. I don't fuck with Visine.
It's like
fuck
Motel
my
6.
eyes up. I'm a Clear Eyes bro. I was like, what the fuck? Wait a minute.
It's like Motel 6 and Travel Lodge. It's like the same shit.
Okay, so Clear Eyes is his own shit.
They're both their own shit.
Okay, so Clear Eyes is the one that's good to get your motherfucking eyes from being red.
With that
and then Visine
no,
is
they're
just
they're both for that shit. They have the same purpose. It's like all the different brands of NyQuil when you go out there, bro. Like you're gonna have Kirkland NyQuil, you're gonna have fucking NyQuil, you're gonna have Vicks 50, what is it? Vicks 44, whatever the fuck it was called. If you're gonna get
cough medicine, get the generic brand.
You remember that shit? I was a 90s.
Because they wanted a battle, so they make their shit better.
I'm a 90s kid, dog. I remember Vicks Vaporub. You remember that shit?
Oh, remember that shit?
That shit used to fucking fix everything, bro. My grandma, when I was sick, bro, this fucking bitch used to fucking slather my fucking, like...
Hey, what about fucking...
chest full of this shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? You treating me like a piece of toast, bro.
What about aceite alcanforado?
What is it?
You ever heard of aceite alcanforado? No. Fucking aceite. It's like Vicks, fool. It's like some clear cube. And my mom would throw it in oil, like oil for fucking cooking oil and shit. And it dissolves in there. But that fucking shit, you smell. That shit's like the cure for fucking everything, dog. And now on home remedies and cures with fucking 3 plates. Go to Rite Aid or Walgreens and they have these little cubes. They're called Alcanfor fucking cubes.
You talking about the chicken cubes?
No, they sell them by the medicine, where they have Mexican stuff. So it's called Alcanfor cubes, and they look like little clear.
Say it in Spanish, bro.
Clearest cubes, like Alcanfor, and you put those cubes into like a little jar, and then you fill it with oil, like cooking oil, and then it'll dissolve, and then you shake it up and mix it. Well, that little fucking remedy, you put it like when you're sick, you can't breathe that good. You put it on your chest, you got a cold, and fool, wrap yourself up in a blanket. In the morning, you wake up all good. You're like, what? Was I even tripping last night?
Alcanfor?
It takes it away, your sickness.
You know what's crazy though? That I never understood why insurance never worked at those Farmacia de Santo Tomás, you know what I mean? Like those farmacias de San Antonio.
The ones like on the corner?
Yes, the ones next to the spots that do bionicos.
Yeah. And
you know what I mean? Like
and it's some lady that they fucking call, oye, me duele el estómago, fucking, ¿qué me tomo? Nah, pues, my mom.
Un té de manzanilla con limón y 7-Up.
Dog, my mom fucking, something's wrong with her. She's like, she'll call the lady from the Botanica. Oiga, no, pues me siento así, acá, bien, como débil. Oh, no, tómese, ahí voy. Goes on, and some lady, she'll sell her some fucking pill, and one of the pills is called Me Vale Madre. I'm like, man, fucking, una de las Me Vale Madre.
You know what was the...
but they work.
You do see some crazy shit at the Santeria store, because you know I do Santeria.
Yeah.
Like, so...
You're speaking about fucking Botanicas.
No, but like Martin does Santeria too. Like, you know, but like... And like, or he's very spiritual in this, and this fool calls me one day. I sell him some bud, right? I'm selling him some bud, and he's like, "Hey, he's like, you're in LA, right?" And he's like, "How far are you from this place?" I was like, "I'm not too far." He's like, "You think you sell me some bud?" And I was like, "All right, cool." He's like, "Meet me at this Botanica," and I was like, "What the fuck? Are you gonna sacrifice me or what?"
Yeah, wait a minute.
Yeah, I was like, "I know how this shit goes." Like,
lucky I don't have no hair.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know you bringing me into unknown turf, and this fool standing right there like some old like some old fool that's trying to pick up some weed. Because you know how older fools said, like, they stand like it's still an experience when they're buying drugs.
Yeah.
You could tell they're standing there. They're like,
he's like,
he said he was gonna be here.
He said it's fucking 2:45 right now up on the dot.
He gets in, right? I was smoking a joint. He takes like 2 hits. I give him the bud. And then he's like, yo, you ever seen this shit? And then he's like, polvo baja calzones, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. This fool was having like a fucking...
Oh, that's the name of the shit?
Yes, bro. It's a fucking polvo. You put this shit in a fucking, like, you put this shit in the girl's panties or whatever, like, something. Like, there's 3 different ways to do it, right? And they sell it at the Santerias, but I don't know how effective it is. I never used it. I had no plans on using it.
Yeah.
But Martin got it for novelty purposes.
That shit's funny, though.
Bro, he couldn't stop laughing when he told me this shit. I was like... And you know he has a hard-ass laugh. Like, it's loud.
Dog, that fucking, all the crazy-ass names that you go in there, they have candles with fucking... It'll be like a fool.
They have candles shaped like vergas.
Yeah, or a fool hug.
They do.
It'll be like a naked fool right there, or a fool hugging a girl right there, a fucking candle. All that shit. They have everything. And then candles, and medicine.
There's candles that you could like pray for. Is be like, yeah, I want to fuck. I need money. I'm a piece of shit. I need to get out of court.
Like, okay,
but none of, here's the thing, people, like, none of that shit works without the fucking imaginary ingredient, faith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is like for when you're like done in your last resort, bro. That's when this, whatever we want to call faith, comes into play, bro. Because that shit ain't gonna work unless you're really desperate and you're really like, you know what? This man-made world has nothing, no solution. Let me try something and praying out the fucking blue to whoever fucking
No,
is
yeah,
out there.
you gotta
Yeah,
fucking...
no, like, it don't matter. You could be fucking Buddhist, you could be Santeria, you could be fucking Greek praying to Zeus or asking for rain or some shit. Like, yo, that shit's not gonna work, or you're not gonna see nothing come out of it unless you really fucking mean that shit, bro. You gotta mean that shit like how Mark Wahlberg meant for Ted to come alive. Like,
for fucking,
start crying and shit, say, I need a friend.
No, hey, dog, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of motherfuckers just do shit just because they think, but you gotta have faith about that shit.
Yeah.
That shit fucking helps. Well, okay, people like you that you experience with that shit and you've done it, you know that you like that shit's real, dog. When people are like, nah, that shit's all bullshit. It was bullshit at first. It's just some dumb shit, whatever people think. But when you've experienced that shit, like like firsthand, you're like, this is real stuff right here. Like
I thought it was bullshit, and then what is it? Be real. You know, he's my godbrother, and he took me to my padrino that's currently my padrino right now, and he told me, like, he's like, yo, this isn't for like the faint-hearted. I'm just letting you know that, like, I know, like, I can tell you need some help, and I can help you. You know what I mean? Like, for real. But like, I just want to make something clear. Like I know you're not a chicken shit from what I know you, but like, I need to hear it from you saying like, I'm not a chicken shit, and this is for my own good.
Yeah.
And then I'll introduce you into some shit that's gonna fucking
because some fools do it just to see if it's real. You know, they'll be like, hey, don't be coming right here if you're just trying to see if this is some real shit. Like, you really gotta want to fuck with this shit.
You're either in the pool or outside, dog. You're not. There's no in the middle. Kicking it on the side with your feet inside there.
Yeah, no, you gotta be full force.
Something's gonna pull your feet if you keep it in that water, bro.
You keep playing with that shit, they'll show you. That's just crazy shit. Like, when people fuck around with that shit too, it's like, hey, you can't fuck around with that shit.
You know what the biggest thing I've like learned from that experience, a lot of the people that fucking say, oh, no me trabajó, son cosas malas. Look, I'll tell you straight up, bro. There's not a book of fucking rules. There's not like a whole, it's not complicated, bro. A lot of these people that when you go see them and you go get read, they'll tell you reading is not really a big deal. It's when you want to start finding out shit and they say like, look, if I do this for you, and you're asking me like, oh, what do I need to do to get X, Y, Z, this is and that, in your life, right? It's for the better of your life. And you ask for help. They let you know, or they're supposed to let you know in the beginning that, listen, I'm going to ask for help. But if you waste these motherfucking spirits' time, they're going to fucking make sure that like that time is repaid for, dog, because you're asking for something out of this realm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, hey, your dog, you wasting these fools' time. They're not even at rest. This is spirits of purgatory or whatever you're calling these fools out. Like, you waste these fools' times. They're like, whatever you have a problem with, that problem is gonna get worse. Yeah. And that's why there's a lot of people that are left with that sour taste in their mouth, because they're like, what do you mean I'm supposed to go to the river and pray? Like, listen, fool, like, that doesn't sound as bad as like somebody dying, you know what I mean? Like, or some crazy shit, like, whatever they make you fucking do. Be like, I'd rather fucking kill a chicken or than have me be killed. Yeah. You know, like, straight up. Like,
but then there is those people that they're fake ones.
No, there's fake and then there's bad too, dog. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of fake people out there, but people are very stupid, dog.
Fool, like, on some crazy shit, like on some witch shit and all that. I had a coworker who they had a ranch. He grew up on a ranch when he was a little kid, and he said one time he remembers when he was young. He's like this was in the 70s. He said that they were in like their house or whatever, and one of the chickens that kept running around and making noise all crazy, and they're like, what the fuck? What's wrong with that fucking chicken? Like, go get that chicken. So it was all running around. They finally caught it, and they put it like under a drum. Like, they just flipped a drum over it, and it was just chilling. And then he said in the morning when they went and they flipped the drum over, it was a little lady.
What?
Yeah, dog. He said he's like a
little fucking lady.
Yeah, they're like, he's like, they flipped it over and it was like a little lady, and she took off running, and they're like, what the fuck? It was like crazy. So he's like, it was like 6 a.m. when my dad woke up and went to go flip it, and he's like, and it was a little lady.
This is your dad?
Yeah, it was.
Is your dad still around?
No, it was. No, this is a coworker. I work with some dude, Manny. Yeah, and he lived on a ranch when he was little. And he was telling me that story about fucking the bruja lady.
So now you're telling me lies of other people's lives.
No. Well, and then my homie my homie Ito, he went to Guanajuato and Mexico, and he was out there with his family and doing all this, and he said he was chilling at where he's from. It's a little ass fucking town called Churipitseo or some shit. They call it Churi.
Shit, huh?
Little ass fucking place, fool. Like little
Some
town
fucking
where
apocalypto
you
ass
drive.
name, huh?
He's like, it's like 3 hours into nothing. Where and it's like 3 hours away from Leon or
You
whatever.
ever met fools with apocalypto vibes like that? They got weird ass names.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, this fool, he said he seen a witch flying.
I don't doubt that, bro.
And he's like, fool. He's like, dog. He's like, we were all chilling at there's like this place called El Ojo de Agua.
Yeah.
El Ojo de Agua.
It's like a mystical place?
It's like the river where it's like natural water
but
that runs
but
through.
it has some mysticism for him. I'm pretty
it's
sure
like,
he's not the first
it's like
one
where
to see
everyone
that
goes
bitch.
into this water shit.
Yeah.
Like it's like the source of water for the fucking town. So they were chilling right there getting water and shit. And he's like, and it was like getting dark. He's all, it wasn't dark, but it was getting dark. And then he's all, I looked over and he's like, fool, it was like, he's like, what the fuck is that? And he said it was like a lady, like on a, he's like, it was like on a long, like on a long branch.
Yeah.
And it had a lamp in the front. And he's like, she was like sideways. He's all, but she had like that, like
the whole getup.
a whole mantel. He's all, not a hat,
Yeah.
but like a fucking rebozo kind of.
Black hooded shit.
And he's like, she was just going, and he's like, fool, she was just moving like, and he's like, what the fuck? And he told the guys like, hey, the kids that live there, not kids, but like the older kids. And they're like, oh shit. He's like, fool, they crossed themselves and they're like, don't look at it. And they booked it.
And
They're like, you're
this is
not
in
supposed to
Mexico?
look at it. I guess some shit. And he's like, what the fuck? He's like, fool, I seen that shit.
This is in Mexico?
This is in Mexico.
Yeah, that makes
Guanajuato.
a lot of sense, bro, because there's a lot of mysticism in all these places. Like, who's that one old ass fool, dog? Like, he's always talking about like the extraterrestrials in Univision, that fucking
Oh yeah, the man, the ovnis,
Fool,
and shit.
That motherfucker, dog. That best believe that there's like a dime a dozen of those fools in Mexico, dog. Because like out here, they have an agreement, dog, in the Americas. I'm pretty sure America made sure to make a deal with these aliens to protect ourselves in that bubble that it's around. Everybody else, America was like, you can go rape the Mexicans, you can probe the Guatemalans, and kill all the Colombians' cows. We don't give two shits as long as you don't fuck with us. Because if you fuck with us, we'll get the whole world to fucking turn against you.
Well,
I mean, I honestly think that's a whole big agreement, dog. If you think we haven't came in contact with these motherfuckers,
Fool, the aliens, dog, that shit has to be U.S. fucking, it's like intelligence.
I really think like there's more and more shit coming around. The more we have cameras all around, like there's gonna be a footage out there, bro, of one day a motherfucker coming out of the woods and just like you see him just walking, thinking nobody's seeing him, and somebody's like, I can't believe that I got this motherfucker on tape. Like everything that gets debunked. What's that? Have you ever seen that crazy ass show?
Like even Bigfoot, there was supposedly some
You
man.
saw that new footage?
Some man, no, what? The fool that was
fool in
on the
car?
bike? He was
No,
on the
in
bike.
The car. And the fool's
And it's running. And then,
Yes.
no, well, there's that one. But then there's another one where some fool, he's a biker, like those fools that go downhill
Motocross?
and
Yeah.
shit. No, on a mountain bike.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool.
Bah, 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 bah.
Yeah.
So he's dipping down a fucking road, and he's like, I didn't even notice it then, but he's like going down the road, and on the side there's like a branch of a tree, and you can see that fool like he's like, oh shit, like he's like, oh,
Yeah.
this fool could see me, and he books it, and it barely catches it on his camera, and he keeps going. He doesn't stop or nothing, but he's like, I noticed it because when we were looking through the footage, like you could see it move, and it's like, what is that? And when you see it, it looks like a motherfucking body of Bigfoot. But I'm like, man, dog, by now somebody would have caught a Bigfoot.
Like, I ain't gonna lie,
or seen a
I would
motherfucking
say-
Bigfoot.
I say it all the time. Xavier always trips out. He's like, fool, you swear you would fucking blast a Bigfoot if you saw it. Like, honestly though, like if I did have the opportunity, like for example, like when you said that lady that was under the thing, like I wouldn't go back to that chicken that was acting funny unless I had a 357 and I would be like this, and that would be like the moment.
No, but he didn't expect
this bitch
it.
went like. I'm like, yeah, bitch. There's a hole in your face. And I'm selling this bitch to the Natural History Museum.
No, but that's what
You
I'm
know?
saying. Like he didn't expect it to be. He just fucking
Yeah,
went and
but the
flipped
chicken
over.
was acting
He
funny. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but
like,
he's like, it just kept in the middle
He's
of the
a
night.
farmer,
going,
I get it. Like, yeah, he's
like, yeah, he just flipped over the thing. He's like, what
Ya
the
se
fuck?
calmó el
It was
pollo.
a lady.
Yeah, ya se calmó el pollo.
Yeah.
Let's let it go.
He's like, what the fuck was wrong with you? You know?
Yeah, I would have stomped that bitch
and it was
out,
a
dog.
fucking lady, and she was like, oh, and he's like, I remember being a little kid and seeing that, and was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
was
it's like
that?
duendes. They're all over Mexico, dog.
But I don't know about sometimes with
Fool,
duendes.
those
dog.
things are fucking real, dog. Like they fucking hide in corners. I honestly
You believe in duendes?
I
Dick?
honestly think, dog, that there's like, especially me, like
I told my mom too. I was like, "Tú
Me,
crees?"
like,
She's like,
being
"Yo,
so
sí."
spirit-
She's like,
like,
"Yo creo en duendes." I was like, "Ma,
spiritually involved,
you know,
dog, like,
motherfucking duendes around here."
they're just spiritual beings, dog. Like I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't put it past me that like maybe sometimes like a motherfucker has passed by my house and was like, I'm gonna hide these keys, make this fool go crazy, create havoc while this fool's laughing in the corner, going, ah, ha, ha.
Well, on some fucking
Like,
weird mystery shit.
Because that's what they do. That's what they do. They fuck with you.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
fool. There's pictures of we used to go to my aunt's house, and there's pictures on different ones where we're like all taking pictures in the family, and you could see a fucking. It looked like a fucking something, dog. It looked like a fucking demon face or something that would show up on the pictures, like on different fucking ones. Like he would be in the background. And you would see him on the background over here. You'd be like, "What?" And on pictures, I'm gonna bring those motherfuckers on.
You know what I never understood, fool? Like those people that like there's a lot of white people that fucking gather those stories, Amityville horror, dog. I'll tell you right now, dog. The moment, like this is how you fix this shit, dog. Any movie
Don't
that's
go
based,
there.
no, any movie that like if you're stuck there, because obviously these fools are stuck there. But if I'm in the Amityville horror, this fool paid for a brand new house. He obviously you can't buy a house without insurance. So like honestly, dog, like, if I had the Amityville horror, the moment this shit said get out, I'm getting my family out, smoking a joint and lighting this house on fire,
Hey,
and
fool,
letting
no.
this shit burn to the ground and say se acabó. Like there's gonna be no ghosts aquí, ni siquiera wherever I go, it's done.
No, these motherfuckers fools that stay there, like they go,
Yeah.
they do everything. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna do poltergeist tomorrow." Like, what the
It's
fuck?
maybe
Just
gonna
go,
go away
dog.
tomorrow. Like, no,
just
homie.
fucking take off,
There's
move,
blood on the
motherfucker.
walls. I'm
We're like,
leaving.
oh, you know, he threw Johnny yesterday down the fucking hall. Well, okay, that's time when you pick him up. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Or like
tell some movers to come and move the rest of the shit. We're not gonna live here no more.
Like the hills have eyes, bro. I've always said that shit. Like when somebody was like, "Well, what about if you get stuck in the desert?" I was like, first of all, if I'm in the hills have eyes type of place, like a Ridgecrest type place, and I see from the window, because in the beginning of the movie, that bitch saw that dude, the fucking dude who looked like the Baby Ruth motherfucker from the Goonies. Like
Yeah.
she seen that fool in the rocking chair, deformed as fuck.
That's time to go.
I literally would be on the outside with a fucking lighter saying, "So long."
Yeah, let's go.
Somebody's gonna come find this fire, and when the firemen get here, I'll be right here with the little flag,
burning this motherfucker
burning
down.
this shit down with the flaming cactus, just waiting for somebody. Like I'm not going in there, bro.
A dog, well, so on some crazy ghost shit like that, where you seen it. My little nephew, my sisters sold their house. They lived in Texas, and my little nephew, he's like, I was at the house. He's like, I just felt like something was like looking at me, and he's like, what the fuck? So he was going upstairs, like he's like, I was walking upstairs to my room, and he said he looked down and he seen like something run up like a
Yeah.
fool, and it like ran up behind him, and he looked and he's like, oh shit. He's like, I thought we were being like jacked, like somebody,
You know why kids see
like
that?
they were robbing the house or something. And he looked and he was like, what the fuck? And it kept going, and he's like, what the fuck? And he's like, fuck this. So he's like, dog, I went outside, and he called my sister. He's like, hey, there's some fucking shit just happened right now, crazy as fuck. I seen some shit go up the stairs with me. And then he went into when he was on the phone with my sister, he looked into the house, and it was right there in the kitchen. He thought I was in the kitchen looking out, and I was on the phone with my mom. I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." So they sold that house. He's like, we fucking left that. He's like, that night, like we left and we sold the house. Like fuck that fucking place.
Yeah.
And dog like that. Like
You know why that
but
thing- you
there's
know why that happens, though?
but there's motherfuckers or
Like kids, like and I asked Ashe this before, and I've asked a couple other spiritual people. It's like kids. As much as I'm like I'm very like opposed to having kids at this point. You know what I mean? You know me and my point of view with that. And it's not no hate or anything, but like kids are a very special being in this world, bro. Like they're the pure definition. When you give birth to them, when you bring them to earth, they're like the pure definition of innocence, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing has corrupted this little motherfucker. about anything, bro. They
Yeah,
don't. They don't.
like my little baby,
they're not
that
gonna
fool
hate
wakes
on the
up
black
smiling.
neighbor because they're not gonna call that fool a mayate because he doesn't know what a mayate is, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
That shit's tough.
He's gonna learn that from his dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Racist
or his
shit
mom or
and
whatever.
being like
so like
how
this
they are,
motherfucker is pure, and the more pure you
teach that
keep this
shit.
motherfucker, it's it's a spiritual warfare out there, dog. Like there's not a lot of us ain't pure, and we stop being that from a very young age. So that's the reason kids are very sensitive to certain things like that because. At the end of the day, bro, like whether it's a Christian religion you choose to believe in or not, but wherever there's been a good versus evil, it's a collection of pureness to feed that power of evil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, like it's easy to say it's like, yeah, why not prey on the innocent or why are kids always being the victims to the craziest things? Because they're a sacrifice to fuel this evil, dog.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. It's like without that, like,
and all that shit, how they say about the adrenal comb and shit, when they take
oh,
it from
dog,
little kids and
I
shit.
saw this fucking documentary yesterday that tripped me out.
If you go
They said
deep
there's like
into
a
that
baby's
shit,
Craigslist out there.
that's fucking
Did you know
crazy.
That? It's like a baby Craigslist out there, dog. It's the dark web, dog. I tripped out. So it's like the Filipinos got this shit on lock, bro. Like it tripped me out. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So this like it's like I don't know saying it started in the Filipino land, but like out there, like it's so fucking poor, right?
Yeah.
It's so fucked up that these fools have a website or they'll have recruiters that'll be like, you know what? It's so hard to adopt a baby, so let's just set up an underground Craigslist type of website and then do background checks. And as long as motherfuckers are paying and keeping up to, like they'll pay for a medic to go see that mom. Like if me and you are a couple and we're like, you know what, somos jotos, no podemos tener hijos, we're gonna go ahead and adopt a Filipino baby.
Yeah, we're gonna get a little baby.
We're gonna pay for a doctor to go see and test this lady a ver si está bien para que no salga mal el niño. We're gonna pay her 25 bands for this baby. Like literally, they're gonna.
They're gonna
smuggle the baby out for you. You're gonna bring this food wherever you're at, and there's those people that obviously that no pueden tener niños or they can't do it, and then there's those people that are like,
they'll get it for different shit.
That's a good science experiment right here.
Or they'll sell it. Well, dick.
Or that's a good new organ right here. You know what I mean? And it's fucking crazy how
the
much
black
of that
market
shit goes
for
on.
organs.
Yes, dog.
Dick, well, on some crazy ass shit that's off fucking on the same subject. I was with my homie last night, and this fool's always telling stories of everything. But he's like, fool, when they were young, they broke into the Downey Estate Asylum or whatever.
Oh, the one where they filmed the Psycho Realm video, the Los Amigos.
Yeah,
Los Amigos.
Okay, well, these fools, they were little skater fools, and they would go in and break into shit. He's like, fool, we would go in there, and he's like, we went deep down trying to search for some shit, see some shit move. He's like, we never seen some shit like that, but he's all, what we did see, he's like, they got a whole bunch of slides of like camera and film, and you know the ones that you look up and the fucking light and you see. He's like, he still has one. He's all, but dog, the craziest shit ever. He's like, one of them was like he's like, it was a dog and his fucking tongue was like nailed to a board, and the dog, they were like keeping him alive with like wires, and his tongue was like all fucking raisin, and he was just like this, like the dog was awake but his tongue was over here.
And this is in a picture?
And this is they had little slides, but this is in the insane asylum.
Yeah,
he said another video that he has another slide that he still has. It's a human foot, and he's like it's attached to like, he's like these big ass machines, like, and a whole bunch of wires.
So these are actual files that he got from the actual medical.
The fucking insane asylum. Like,
damn,
they were doing crazy fucking tests
that's
on
the
these
reason
people
they shut
right
it down,
there.
Though. You do know that, right? Like,
well, he fucking he has a slide still of that. He's like, it's a foot. He's like, it's a human foot, and it's a whole bunch of wires connected to it, and the wires are connected to these big machines. And he's like, and it's a picture of that. He's like, there's another picture where it's a dude, like, he's like in a straight jacket, and he's like hanging from, like, not hanging, but he's like getting held up through his throat.
Yeah.
And then they have all these wires connected to him. And he's like, fool, there was crazy fucking random ass pictures that we found. He's all, and we were like throwing them like, oh, crazy. And he's like, we didn't care. He's all, but I took like a couple. And he's on, one of the ones that I kept is the foot, and he still has it, and it's a human foot, and it has all these wires connected to it. Like, they were doing crazy experiments on people.
Yeah, no, that,
like on motherfuckers. Like, say there was like
that's like the crazy
shit. No, yeah, well, they were taking these people that were crazy and like you know, their family didn't want them, or they didn't have family, or something happened, and they're like, they would take them in, and they were like in this like foster care.
They were not fit for society.
And this doctor, yeah. So these fools, they were so much of them, they would be like, let's fucking, okay, we have a bunch of them. Let's run tests to see what we can do to try to help fix this. So this guy will be our guinea pig. And they would do that to a group of different people and be like, oh, let's try to, how does this work? Fuck it, take this fool's arm, chop this fool's arm off.
Let's see how it works.
And see if we can make it work without fucking a body to it. Like, so they would do so much crazy shit there, and they got you gotta
film. Get that fool on your podcast.
No, well, I told him to come on the podcast, and he's like, I'm down. But just crazy stories from that place, down the insane asylum.
Yeah, because that place, it got demolished eventually, and it used to be around all the way to like the early 2000s.
But they filmed Psycho Realm, you said right there?
Yeah, the Psycho Realm filmed the video. I think it's Psycho City Blocks.
Hey, the Psycho Realm one would Be Real?
Yeah, that's the one.
Is that fool where he's in that motherfucker pop locking?
I don't know. You got to show me. I'll tell you.
Dick, it's one of the videos, and I remember we were watching that shit. What was it? That was Stone Garden. On the video Stone Garden, and Be Real's on there.
Because you knew,
and that fool used to pop lock?
Yeah, he used to pop lock.
Oh, then that was him.
And DJ
hey, that motherfucker was getting busy on that shit.
Him and DJ Muggs used to be big time pop lockers.
No,
bro.
well, that's, hey, fool, speaking of fucking pop lockers, rest in peace to Poppin' Taco. If anybody out there, OG, old school hip hop head, Poppin' Taco was the guy who taught Michael Jackson how to dance. He taught him the moonwalk. And he on even David was saying that on the moonwalk video, he gives, or Modesto was saying, he credits Michael Jackson gives credit to Poppin' Taco for the moonwalk. But
how'd he die?
I don't know how he died, but he died today. But he old school fucking pop locker, break dancing, all that shit. You know, back in the day, did you ever used to be into breakdancing or
Nah, I don't think that was a fad like too much when I was coming around.
What
like,
you were doing
after '89? Like, I mean, it might have been, but there was like, I'm like the internet beta testing era, bro. Like,
yeah.
I was exposed to the internet very early, so it's like I got really desensitized to a lot of things. I had a computer in '95.
Yeah, did you have the fucking Apple computer where it was clear?
I had Windows.
I remember.
I was a Windows person, bro. Like Windows 95.
Remember when they made that?
95, 96, 97, 98, 98 XP, and just kept going on and on, bro. Getting the CDs and upgrading your system.
Remember they had the Apple computer that it was like clear and they would be like green.
I fucked those up at school, bro. I remember
they had them at school all the time.
They had them.
Those were tight, huh?
Getting the IP address and watching porno in class.
For any time, well, at least when I was in high school or junior high, and it was motherfucker, the internet came out and you could watch fucking urinals on the motherfucking internet. That shit was slow. Like, even to see a picture with titties,
you see half a titty.
That shit, it was just like like a picture, and you were like, damn. It would be like to right here. You'd be like, damn, it says 30 more minutes. You'd be like, man, fuck that fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? Go to the next picture. Try to get some shit.
That was the early beginning.
But that was the beginning of the internet. I remember because we were full. Speaking of my hip hop pop, we're into graffiti. Fool, my shit was graffiti. Like, I was a little ass kid. That was my shit. Graffiti, fucking anything. So when I was on the internet, I would look up graffiti shit, artcrimes.com and fucking all this
Crimes?
shit. Yeah, it was called Art Crimes. That was a website where you would be able to go see graffiti. You could see pictures of fools graffiti from all over the world, and I would go on there, but you would see you would look up a picture of, say, Saber, and you look up some picture, and then it would just fucking take 5 minutes to fucking download half of the fucking picture. 5 minutes later, you're like, man, fuck this shit.
And
then later it was the internet, and it was like, if you look at how fast fucking internet evolved, say in 20 years, because that was like 2000. You know what I'm saying? The internet evolved so fast that right now I could fucking not even hands up in the air and tell my fucking phone to look up some shit on the internet for me, and it will tell me that shit out loud on here what the fuck I want. I'll be like, hey, what's the lyrics to Nothing But a G Thing, Dr. Dre, Siri, and this bitch will come out and be like, now I'm saying this and that, the lyrics on her phone. Like, fool, the speed from the internet that evolved from 2000 to now is crazy, dog. And if you think when fools went from taking flight from the first airplane, the first whatever, if you look at when the first flight was to where now they went to up in space, it's like crazy.
The first flight wasn't even like how people might think. Where
it
it's
was
like
the Wright
jet
brothers,
engine.
no, the first fools to fly. But
Those
that's
fools
what
were
I'm saying.
on
Like it went from that. They had wings,
like a weak ass fucking plane.
Yeah,
This shit,
not even engine.
This shit flew for like a minute, if
That's
that,
what I'm
and
saying.
then landed back. It broke.
But if you think to that to going supersonic speed, it's less than fucking years. When before it takes shit to evolve, it took
That's what I'm
fucking
telling you,
300
doggy.
years, 100 fucking years,
if you
200
don't think we
fucking
didn't
years.
get any extra help, come on, dog.
There has to be some shit. That's what I'm taking. Going back to UFOs and alien shit. Speaking of motherfucking UFOs, I'm gonna give a video to Modesto to post up at the end of this episode of my homie sent me a video of a UFO, dog, and he's like, it's not just this video, but he does videos where it's in slow motion. Like he even got videos of me at work, and he's like, "Oh look, this is us on the job site the other day," and it's just me all walking all slow motion, fucking. I'm like, damn. So he took a video of a helicopter on top of his house, not thinking anything. He just he's like, "Oh look at this helicopter's right here. I'm gonna fucking film it in slow motion." So he films this thing in slow motion, and you're looking at the helicopter, and then you see these black things going fast as hell. It's like shh, like fast. Thinking if this blade is moving this fast, slow motion,
and that's just
this thing
fast.
is moving fast. Choo. In the video, you could even see it bend, like it goes and then it ducks and it keeps going, and then you're looking at it again, and there's another one that comes from the other side, and it's like. But these things are not going to be able to get seen by the naked eye. And I'm gonna post a video. I'm gonna send it to Modesto so we can post it on there so people can see that I'm not just crazy and this is a real video. But going back to aliens and stuff, that man, I know a man from Ridgecrest that he films UFOs and does all that. Like that's his like side hustle, side gig, whatever.
What do you mean?
He just films. He went from doing it
as
as a hobby. The government pays this man for the videos that he takes of the UFOs, and he's like, now from filming so much, he's like, I think that the UFOs and all that's just U.S. military intelligence. He said we live right by a base. That's where I pick up most of my videos. And he has these fucking high-tech ass cameras where the camera fool, it's like the Super Bowl fool, the photographer.
A really big one.
He zooms into these fucking things, and he's like, I zoomed into one of them that was sitting, and he's like, it's a man in a spacesuit. He's like, it's a human. He's like, I zoomed in as far as I can, and I took like 150 pictures, plus filmed it. And he's like, when you zoom into these things, it's a man sitting in there. He's like, it's a man in a spacesuit, and it's driving these UFOs. And he's like, I filmed them all day. It went from a hobby to he's getting paid for this shit now.
That's crazy.
And he said that. He's like, so now all I think is that this new technology. He sent me a video the other day. He's like, look, I'm just filming into the mountain, and then you just see this thing go like pass by, and he pauses it, and he shows me, and he's like, this is a real video, and this is the other one. He's like, look. He's like, in there, he's like, these black ones, like the ones that I got on my video, he's all, I think that's the new technology they have now, because I've been seeing the black ones a lot now. He's also, when I'm filming and I see this, you see these black ships or black whatever UFO you want to call them, flying. He's like, that's what I'm picking up now. He's all, you sent me this video, and it's like, yeah, that's what they're doing now. It's these are the new ones, and it's technology. He's all, they have a pattern. He's all, the guy who sent you that video, tell him to put it up at the same exact time and do the same video and see if it's a freeway or it's something that in that area at that certain time you'll see the same ship. And he's like, that's how I pick up to where I showed you because I know I just point my camera out, and at this time I'm going to get one of those things, and he's on. That's what it is. He's also he's on now. It's their technology. It's just the military, dog. Everyone talks shit about USA, and they're like, oh, they're becoming weak, and
they're one step ahead.
And fool, US is like 25 years or more ahead of everyone else in the military technology. And now I really think that these guys have connects to the UFOs, because we grew up in Ridgecrest my whole life. I grew up in this little ass town. And everyone out there, you have a homie that you can tell them, hey, dog, have you ever seen some crazy lights out here? And they're like, yeah, fucking one time we were fucking riding motorcycles in the middle of the night, drunk as fuck. And we wrecked, and we had to wait for fucking 4 hours for help. And we seen like 3 fucking, I don't know if you want to call them ships or whatever, but you have those stories all day out there. Everyone.
Bet. It's like people
and
in El
it's like
Central.
we're right next to a military base. So it's probably those fools that are just doing testing, or they want to fucking go out and show off and do shit, and they go back. So if you notice a lot of the UFO footage where you see fools in the military on the ocean, you see UFOs flying into the water, pow, all crazy. If you look where that video was filmed, it's like in some designated area of the ocean
like
where you can't be there, you can't film right there, you can't your boat can't be there. It's all this shit. So they're just testing all this shit out.
Yeah, like a test land.
But fool, USA is advanced than anybody else, dog. They're just chill in the backgrounds, help out whoever because they don't give a fuck. And if shit really cracks down, these fools already got it.
They're like, what's up?
But the way that if you want to get deep, if it's just U.S., intelligence or whatever that these beings are, or these UFOs, like they can make it look like something else and manipulate people to do certain things.
That's very true.
If you see a fucking alien invasion or some shit coming and they can make it happen and really be, people are going to go fucking crazy. When if you notice, you'll be like
Independence Day.
Yeah, shit like that. But instead of fools coming out, it's really just these fools.
Yeah. Like
letting the shit out the base. Like we grew up in Ridgecrest where there was this base where this mountain where everybody goes at the end of the year on the graduation year to go and paint these rocks. And this B Mountain, and the homie that works there, like not works there, but his mom and everyone, he's like, dude, B Mountain is hollow. He's all that whole mountain is like a big facility of some shit. And I'm like, oh yeah, and he's like, yeah. Didn't think nothing of it. We were fucking 7th grade. He probably overheard his fucking mom or someone talking about that shit. We didn't think nothing out, but now it's like, yeah, that shit is true. It's probably a big ass fucking facility.
I wouldn't doubt
shit.
it. Like, there's certain parts of Griffith Park where I go hiking up there, and I'm just like, man, that shit looks hollow as fuck. Like, there's some rocks that look like they have a crease where I'm like, yo, is this where you traffic people at night? Like, it looks like it opens up and shit. I'm like,
serio?
Yeah, dog. There's places all over Griffith Park where I'm just like, what the fuck goes on here at night?
Well, there's some crazy spots. That's what I'm saying. Like in the middle of the desert. Fool, look. One of my crazy alien stories from Ridgecrest was we used to paint graffiti back in the day. And in Ridgecrest, there was no graffiti. So the only place to go paint was the trains. So we would go into the middle of the fucking desert and paint these trains. And, you're not supposed to be there. It's fucking 2 a.m, 3. We were walking, and we would park our car and walk all the way to the trains. It was fucking like half a mile probably. And we'd walk to these trains, and you're in the middle of pitch black fucking desert, dog. Nothing. And we seen, like, it looked like a helicopter. Like, we looked and we're like, what's up with that light, dog? Like, what is it? It was like a light that came from high as fuck, like an airplane, like way higher. And we're like, what's up with this light? Because you're walking, you see anything you see, you're like, what the fuck is that? Did somebody see us? Is there cops? You're always tripping, even though you're in the middle of the desert. No, there's no motherfucking cops out there. But we're still sketch. So we're walking, we seen these lights, and there was it looked like a helicopter, dog. That's how I could explain it. It was like a helicopter. So we seen a light, and it came, and it stopped, and we're like, what? So we kept walking, and then it like came down, but like an elevator, like I can't explain it, dog. It was like moving, and then it stopped, boom, and then it just went zzz,
the
like
floor?
down. And we're like, what the fuck? And we're just walking, looking at it. And then it scanned the mountain. Like, it stopped by. There was a big ass hill mountain. And this thing, it scanned the mountain. Like, it was 5 of us out there. We all seen the same thing. And you think, mind you, we're in the middle of the desert. In the middle of the desert, dog. 2:30 in the morning. Pitch black. Dark, fool.
Damn.
And we seen this thing, and it stopped, and it scanned the mountain, and it went woo, woo, and it was just like a line of light, the whole mountain. Woo, woo. And then we're like, what the? That's when everyone stopped and was like, what the hell is this? And it was like how I can explain it is, have you ever been on the Superman ride in Magic Mountain? Where
I hate that ride.
You know how it pulls you, and then it just goes, woo,
Yeah.
like you're just like, wee, like that's what it did. When it scanned the mountain, and then it just went in, but it went into the mountain, dog. And we're like, what? And we got tripped out, and we just started booking it back to the truck. We were like, what the hell? What did we just see? Like, so we started booking it back to the car.
Yeah.
And we got into the truck, full, and when we took off, like my homie turned on the lights, we were taking off, and there was lights, like they were driving towards us from that area. So thinking like, oh damn, somebody's seen that.
Yeah.
They're getting in their car and leaving. So they were driving towards us, and we booked it for like going through the mountain. Bah, 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 bah. I just remember like, we're like, get out of here, get on the road, let's go. We got on the road and took off, and you could see those lights coming towards us, but you could see their lights going like they were just booking in the middle of the desert, fool, trying to get a toot, 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 like to see what we were.
Yeah, trying to see what's
But we
good.
got on the highway and just took off back into town, and we're like, damn, that was crazy. And we all tripped out. All the homies were like, what the fuck was that? And to this day, we don't know what the hell that was. And it was a story from being out there, but you got to think, we weren't supposed to be out there in the middle of the desert.
You probably caught something like from another from parallel universe.
No, it wasn't that, dog. It's military intelligence. It is these UFOs. Like that's the only thing I could explain is it has to be that. That shit's crazy, dog.
I do believe that they're supposed to know how to drive those ships.
Well, it could be they're testing.
I've seen too many interviews of motherfuckers talking about
dog.
They've been had these things around since the 50s. Like, come on, man. I know you know.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you know how to drive this shit.
But if you it's like a two-way thing. I think maybe they did connect with them and they're using that technology here because they don't need that. They're like, we're way advanced in your little bitch ass fucking
have our
Earth,
hand-me-downs.
Then you little motherfucking earthlings. Yes, you could take this technology and do whatever you want with it. Bye. We don't need it, and they're gone. Well, or it's just U.S. But if you look, there's like paintings from like 1500 and all this, and they have a little UFO in the back.
I seen those are religious ones.
Yeah, dog, and it's like, okay, well, what is this?
Hey,
So
you're right.
there's so much things, and then you could get deep, dog. There's like, if you look at the Aztec and the Mayans, some of their carvings looks like a man in a spacesuit, stuff like that coming to help them or whatever. And if you think like there's a lot of shit that's unexplained, like the pyramids, the fucking Aztec, all that, their whole temples and all that it was all like gold. Like that shit was straight gold. And these fools, when they came, the Spaniards, they even wrote that. They even wrote that shit in their things. They said, when we found this place, we thought we had died and went to heaven because of the people when they graced them, like they were cool.
Yeah.
But everything was gold. It was gold. Like what the hell? Like this is all gold. What is it? Jade and all that. Everything was made from that stuff. So it was beautiful, dog. They thought that because they had been out like in the middle of the ocean for so long, when they landed, they were like, oh shit, what the fuck? We died, dog. This is fucking heaven.
Yeah, it was too good to be true.
And it was too good. It's written in their notes, like the diaries and the shit that these guys would write. When they first landed, they thought they were in heaven. That's crazy, but that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of that is like somebody had to have helped. because they couldn't just be man-made. A lot of the
Behind the
stuff,
scenes.
like there was nothing to explain how that was made just with hands, just with mind, just with stuff.
like melting gold.
There
and
had
shit,
to
yeah.
be there had to be something else that taught them that, or that helped them make that, and that's what I think it's.
Higher
the
power.
UFOs
Went
all
deep,
that.
dog.
I know went deep. And when I was little, fool, one time my mom and dad, they took me to go see the Virgen, fool, in the middle of the California desert. For real.
I almost fucking spit out my beer, Tommy.
Dog,
like,
for real, dog.
why
I'm
you
not
gotta
even
bring La
fucking
Virgen
playing.
into this shit and like she has nothing to do with aliens?
Don't talk to me about La Virgen. Remember fucking Paco? He's off. Miklo on the Virgen. He's all, don't talk to me. Get out of my life. Cut you off like they did my leg. Puto. Remember?
How many times have you watched that movie?
Fool, I watched that motherfucking movie in, I think it was fourth grade, third grade, or fifth grade.
That was your Terminator? That's what I used to watch when I was in third grade. Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 was bad. Remember
I always
that?
wanted a robot like that.
Too, I wanted a motorcycle.
I wanted
Because I grew up in Ridgecrest and they had motorcycles, but these fools were booking. That fool
Once
was
I saw
booking.
Terminator-
Remember, he was booking in the LA River on a motorcycle with the homie in the back.
Dude, once
and
I,
they were doing the
once I
fucking
saw him
credit
pick
card,
up that black
credit
fool
card
and,
scam.
and the other fool next to the payphone, and he was like, and he picked him up, and he was like,
Get
like,
out of here.
Get out of here, dipshit. And I was like, yo, where can I buy a robot like that?
Hey, Terminator 2 was a dope ass movie. Remember when that fool fucking turned into the mom on the phone and homeboy Terminator knew that that was homeboy already?
Oh yeah, when he heard the
He's all,
voice, he's like, your parents are
your
dead.
parents are dead. Hey, remember she was on the phone? He's like, come on, you can come home now. It's about supper. He's like, they ain't even
No,
tripping.
he asked her about the dog.
And he even knew.
He asked
He's
about
like,
the dog by a different name.
yeah, and he's like, what? And he even knew. He's like, they're asking for a dog. She ain't even tripping that I'm not home. Something's up. And then homeboy tells him, both of your parents got killed. You know what I'm saying? And then remember the fucking spike?
Yeah, for real. What the?
Fool, all that movie was tight. The fool on the computer, the black fool, they were like, what's up? And he's like, what was his name?
Which one?
The fool at the end when they're like,
A black fool?
yeah, the one,
Dyson.
that fool.
Yeah, Dyson.
And he was on the
Yeah.
computer all crazy. Fool, all that movie was tight.
He was the one that was sitting in at the end. He was like,
Yeah,
then
he had
at the end, that
he
shit
had the thing.
fucking
He had the
blows up,
thing.
yeah.
And then homeboy was just hanging on like that, and that fool's all.
and then his last beat goes off, and that shit just.
And then he went in, huh? Or
Yeah.
he died with all of them. Well, we need to watch that shit again.
That's like one of my favorite movies, dog.
And you know what?
When I was a kid, I cried when that fool was in the lava and
I
he
don't
put his
watch.
thumbs
I
up.
don't fuck with the first Terminator.
It's because he was mean, dog.
Fool, I ain't fucking with that fool, dog.
I bought the fucking NECA toy. The fucking little, like I was like,
It's cool.
just because I was like, you're lucky I like number 2. I was like, I didn't like you in number 1. He wanted to kill fucking what is it, Sarah Connor? I was like, bro, you should have like tried to bone her.
Remember when?
Like-
hey, what year is Terminator 2 supposed to be? Like 2020, no?
Hey Tommy, I will tell you this much. Like, I'll bring this up. A lot of people fucking Xavier doesn't understand my logic with it. Listen, and maybe somebody out here and then this podcast will understand.
We'll understand it, dog.
Okay,
Tell
look,
him, homie.
Like, he's like, well, what about if you don't have kids? He's like, who's gonna take care of you? I was like, bro, by the time if I decide to be 60 years old and I don't
What
die,
the fuck you mean
and
you
I don't
decide?
die, like if I don't die,
Like,
if
oh,
something
fuck
doesn't kill me, you know what I mean? If I decide and
A
I
rattlesnake
I
hiking.
can't fend for myself. I would think that America would have androids or fucking like, you know how like not Android 18 like fucking, you know, like Dragon Ball Z, but enough androids where like I can have the Jetsons type of robot. You know what I mean? Like, yo, my back hurts. I'm in this fucking walker, bitch. Put the vacuum on, and she's not
Fool,
gonna
you
talk
could do
back.
that right now.
I know you could.
You
but
just
it's
don't
gonna
have
cost way
FedEx
more.
for it.
Yeah, but like
that's all it is.
but when
Like
they
you could be
when they become available
that's
like
big.
vacuums, I want to be able to be like, all right, I'm gonna get the XL one. That way, in case I need to be put to bed, this fool knows how to act whenever I get sick. The other one to clean the house, and then the other one.
Fool, you haven't seen the
just
little
to
dog?
sit there and watch TV with me. I'm like, I would much rather be there in a fucking room full of 3 robots where they're programmed just to serve me and nobody's talking shit back than for me to deal with 3 different fucked up
Fool,
personalities.
they'll fucking pick you up out of bed. You just lay there and fucking roll up under.
Fool, you can tell them to do all this
You be
stupid
like,
shit, bro.
what?
I would literally
Put me right here,
You
you
know
know what I'm
how I
saying?
would
And
pull
then
up?
they'll clean up the fucking crib.
I
But
would
I'm
pull
saying,
up to the LAFC game, put a jersey on each of my robots, and take 4 seats, dog. And all those fools, I'll be like, start some shit with my robots.
you'd be like, what's up? We're right here. No, but have you seen the fucking robots they have now? The dog ones?
Yeah, those are sick.
Like, they'll knock them over and the fools will get
Fool,
up.
those
What's
things are
cracking?
killing terrorists, dog. Have you seen
Dick,
those
well,
videos?
that's what I'm saying.
Have you
That
seen
shit's
those videos?
wild.
Dog? They attach a gun to their tail,
Well,
right? And just
Dick,
like
if you
going
drive-
around killing fucking Bin Ladens.
There's some places in fucking over here where you be driving down the street and it's a motherfucking little robot rolling
you
and they'll
tip-
have pizzas
If
inside.
you tip it over, dog, you do know what happens, right? Catch
it's a
charge.
fine, huh?
Yeah, you catch a charge, fool.
No way.
Yes, dog. Some of these companies.
Criminate. Oh,
you can
because
catch
it's a
charge.
Huda. It's a cop one, no?
No, because there's an actual person.
No,
who
but
control-
there's one who was delivering pizza.
yeah, they started with Postmates, but like if you do tip any one of those over, they charge you, and then like they use the facial recognition database for them to be like, can you recognize this motherfucker? Because that shit's always watching.
What about the motherfucking bikes, dog? The lime ones, the little scooters you
No,
rent.
you're talking
I
about-
see fools throw them into Echo Park all the time.
What do you
I seen a
mean?
motherfucker at Echo Park. That fool was just throwing all the rented scooters into the fucking water, dog. Fucked up. Just what?
Throwing them.
Give me
Fucking
another one.
bums, dog. We've been
Like,
having.
fool, we were right there. I was getting fucking elote. And I looked at him. I was like, damn, that's number 8.
How do you think that?
I flew through like fucking 10, 15 in there. Straight up. The whole line of them. They were all right there. And he was just throwing them in. And I was like, nobody's stopping him? Nobody sees this
See,
fool
that-
doing some shit.
What better of a solution would that be? Like if we had like if we clear out Catalina Island.
Get the little robot out there.
No. If we clear out Catalina Island,
Shoots a little
take all the
fucking
homeless that are like fucking too crazy,
paintballs.
put them in that island and say like, look, fool, you can try to come back. If you make it, we'll accept you back.
Well, imagine in this world they fucking got all the crazies, all the fucking Skid Rowians and all the fucking people, and then they put them on an island, dog. Say they went to Catalina Island, told everybody, hey, you guys gotta get the fuck out of here. We're gonna fucking open up new
Bum
shop.
Island.
It's gonna be Bum Island now. Fucking everyone has to leave from Catalina. Buffaloes too.
Yep.
We're taking them. Because you know they have buffaloes on Catalina Island, fool.
Really?
Dick, they used to film westerns on there, dog.
How big is that island?
It's big, but we
No,
could only.
I've never been there.
Okay, we could only go to a little part of Catalina Island. That little strip from here to the little theater and back. If you have feria, you could go into the neighborhood or take a little go kart and go look around. But you could go camping there. You could do kayaking.
Really?
They have buffaloes. Like full buffalo, they used to film westerns down there. The movies with the Indians running with the cowboys was cracking. They had a fucking buffalo coming through, or just a fucking fool running in the fucking. You know what I'm saying? It looked like back in the day, old Sahara desert, middle of Montana, but it's actually Catalina Island. Why? Because they always had nice sun for the fucking filming, and the area look for the motherfucking shit, so you could film and get away with it. So they filmed the gang of westerns right there. There's buffalo right there. There's ostrich. David's been right there to the fucking skate competition or some shit, and they've walked all over that motherfucking island. Fool, there's cribs. There's people that have there's people that live there, or there's people that have cribs there. Like, oh, we go there for the summer. I used to be with some chick, and she's like, oh, every summer we go to Catalina Island. My family has a house right there, and we just chill and lounge and kick it on the island. Money.
That's
kicking
crazy.
It. Well, that's what I'm saying. So Catalina Island has the shit. So they tell everybody, get the fuck out of here, punks. And then they bring in all the bums. What the fuck you think's gonna happen?
Anarchy, but we're not gonna see
It's
it.
It's
Gonna be the same shit that's happening in Skid Row, but we're not gonna see it no more.
Somebody's gonna have to go and want to be the fucking one.
Like if we
and they're gonna be like, we're fucking running the show. You guys got to go through us. We're the fucking presidents here. And it's just gonna be a shit
Look,
show, dog.
All I'm saying, dog, is if you did that, it would be a lot easier because you're only gonna send the motherfuckers that look like they would work for the Joker there. You know what I mean? Like the fools that would be in what is it, Arkansas Asylum, and then by that time you just get a little video of those fools doing fine, playing volleyball, shooting up heroin safely.
Nobody's doing that. Shit.
Everybody's gonna think it's good, and then when that's done, then you start taking them out. You know what I mean? One by one.
So take
Toys
them
in
there.
a little territory here. Say
That
look,
sounds like what they're doing here in the motherfucking U.S. to us.
You know, that way we could have the Olympics
Who you
and LA
waiting
would
for?
come back to its time, bro.
No, dog. Fuck all that shit. And I'm saying,
Maybe have Batman in there and just have that fool be like, look, for 20 necks a day, you break, we paying you still. Be like, we can't have these fucking. Cause look, fool,
it's a whole shit in itself.
I've been working in downtown forever, dog. I've been living like near that shit forever, dog. It's no longer a problem. It's like a human pest control problem, dog. Like you don't need to call fucking. You don't need to call PETA. You don't need to call fucking the Human Foundation. You need to call Batman, homie. Like you need to have that fool fucking walking down Skid Row, and he'll know who to kill, homie. Like he'll know. He'll be like, look, fool, you fucking OD 7 times, no more fentanyl. It's done.
The motherfuckers. Hey, why nobody in Skid Row? Nobody got COVID. Because, you don't hear about that shit out there.
The human body is
you don't hear about
animal.
Nothing out there in fucking like Skid Row. None of those fools got affected by any of that shit.
The human body is such a fucking such a beautiful thing, dog. That like it becomes immune to shit. But that's the reason these motherfuckers. And fentanyl won't kill them no more. Fentanyl will kill a motherfucker like me and you that has been like stared cleared of all this shit, and like maybe too much of it at once would kill us like that much. But like
any little part you get, but if you fucking get like, some, like, if they throw some shit in this drink,
if the ingredient is 0.3 to kill you, and you have a bum that's doing 0.1 of it every day, your body's gonna start responding like a fucking superhero and saying, "Hey, we building immunity. Give me 0.3, give me 0.5. I don't care. We're not dying." You know, all it would take is one OD
that's just like
for
a
me
drug.
to stop doing drugs.
Look, okay, fentanyl's like a drug. Motherfuckers do that shit. The one that kills people is the one that nobody knows that it's in whatever drug you're doing. That's what it is. Because these motherfuckers buy fentanyl all day
that
like
shit
it's
that eats their body
candy
alive, huh?
And take them. So the fentanyl that kills people and it gets people fucked up is the fentanyl that nobody knows that's in there. When you get a sack fucking on the weekend, and it's always from Dick, I called this fool, he doesn't have a sack. This fool doesn't have a sack. Well, fucking call this fool. Okay, well, this fool knows somebody.
I don't know.
This fool knows somebody.
Well,
go get. That's that motherfucking sack that has that shit in there. So when you get it, motherfuckers die. You know what I'm saying? It's like the fentanyl that kills people is the one that you don't know that it's in there. The fucking pill that they just try to make it a little extra, and they threw fentanyl in there to make it extra. That's the one that kills you. The fucking sack to make it fatter or whatever. That guy that fucking is never gonna see whoever he sold that sack to ever again. Fucking throw that shit in there. Fuck them. I'm never. Gonna, that's the one. That's the bad one. You know, there's people that do fucking fentanyl for that they do that shit, and it's bad. Of course, it's bad, and it's like whatever. But that's not the one that kills you. The one that kills you is the one that you don't know it's in there, and that's what's fucked up, dog. You know, people get sick, people die, people almost die. Like, you seen, there was a Huda, that fool, he like busted somebody, and just being around, he opened up the trunk, and just from like smelling it or something, you're
talking about the fool that, he busted some fool, and he got exposed to it, and then the partner, like he fainted, the partner had to bring that fool back to life. That's what I'm saying, that fool, he was in a fucking coma and all this shit. Like, that shit fucks you up, dog. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. It's the one that you don't know. Because fools buy fentanyl, like, let me get that.
That's what
right
I'm saying.
now. I need it.
There's fools
but the shit that you don't know it's in there, that's the one that kills you. And that's what I'm saying, is you just got to make sure. If you really want to fucking party and do that shit, just be safe. Get a motherfucking test for that shit that it doesn't have it. And once you know you're safe, then cool. Do your motherfucking thing. But if you're just getting a sack from random whoever just because that's the fool who has it, hey, dog, you're taking your chances, fool, and it ain't worth it.
Yep.
So, yeah, know what I'm saying? We're going to cut into commercial breaks, everybody. Let you guys know who fucks with us and who makes this show, this machine, keep going. Check it out.
Suavecito's here to rescue your hair. Stop using Gorilla Snot. That either leaves your hair rock hard or limper than my Uncle Rico. Meet Suavecito, the world's finest pomade with an unrivaled all-day hold. No matter what your look is, we got you covered. Suavecito's water-based, so it washes out easy and it won't pull your hair out.
I went with the other guys.
Once we got you looking fresh up top, we got beard oil, soaps, combs, t-shirts, skateboards, beer mugs, coffee mugs, bobbleheads. Just click the link and check out our full lineup. Or better yet, roll through. We're right here in Santa Ana. It's where we're from, where we live, and where we still make Suavecito to this day. We got thousands of reviews from guys who have thanked Suavecito for helping them land their dream job and their dream date with their dream dude. Because when you feel good about yourself, people notice.
Ready to transform your hair game for good? Click the link
And pick up some of our award-winning Superior Pomade.
Suavecito. Get it, hombre.
What's up, everybody? We're back. We got Ezone right here. We didn't get into a lot of his story because you know us, we're fucking around and talking about everything else and get into fucking conversation, just how it goes. But we're, you know, so for everybody that doesn't really know Ezone or is new to this show and to everything we're doing, Ezone is one of my buddies that he has this whole thing going at BrealTV. He's going to break you down right now. But he's one of the main reasons that I'm doing this show and podcasting and stuff, because I was on his shows and all the people from there, you know, they wanted to see a little bit more. So we did a podcast, and that's why we're here. But here's Ezone. He's going to tell you a little bit about his whole fucking life and what he's all about, reselling and having different podcasts and different shows and a whole bunch of shit. Ezone's a motherfucking man. You already know. If you fuck with me, I fuck with Ezone. Let you guys know in the motherfucking house.
Appreciate you, Tommy. Yeah, I do. I'm pretty much like a full-time podcaster at this point, man. I've been working with Dr. Green Thumb, like Be Real, on his podcast for like going on 5 to 6 years. So I've been a co-host on there for like about that amount of time. And, you know, while he's on tour, I kick it into extra shift, and I make that happen as a co-host or a main host. And because of that journey, I've also been able to develop my own show. I have my own food blog called High and Hungry. We're going on, I want to say it's like the 5th year of doing, like 4th year of doing it. But we switched the format, so our new season is out now. So check that out on BrealTV. We're barely on episode 2 out of 12 for this season. So check that out. That's at High and Hungry TV on Instagram and High and Hungry at BrealTV. I also have my own podcast that has been around since, I want to say like 5 years out of 7. It's gone through so many changes. That is done with my co-host, Xavier Guerrero, who also produces GPS podcast and Tinfoil podcast. So that's something I also got going on, which is kind of like it's like if Double Dragon met Howard Stern, kind of that kind of vibe. And aside from that, man, it's like I'm a man of like different hustles, man. So those are just like my main things, but I do comedy as well. You know, whenever I don't have a lot of work to keep me busy, so it's something I enjoy doing on the side. You know, I also, Tommy mentioned the resale thing. I recently got into that because I've always been like a business mindset individual. You know what I mean? Like I've always tried to go somewhere where I'm like, you know what, like for example, like he mentioned candles earlier. Like, yeah, a lot of people don't know. It's like I have a collaboration with a company called Puff Penny Melts. I have 14 cents. Every single one of my candles has glass pendants inside. It started out with just like a fan thing, and I ended up developing so many flavors and the characters into the whole brand that like now it's like there's not 1 month or 1 week or 1 day that goes by without any of these candles moving on. And I'm like, I'm no Martha Stewart, but these things move like crazy.
And how's that? Doing all that, like juggling everything, Dick, because you do your fucking show, you do the podcast, you do fucking the reselling. I see you every fucking weekend, fucking 6 in the morning. You even call me sometime, motherfucker. I know you're awake. You have kids. Remember, fucking. Yeah. What are you doing? Let's go to the swap meet.
I just came from the swap meet right now.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I seen you where you go to the swap meets and you buy shit and you know you hook your fucking people up when you send shit out. I was telling the guys. You'll send shit out and you send them with cool fucking prizes and, like and shit that you found that day, extra shit. And what got you into doing reselling and actually going out there and buying shit, going to fucking different swap meets, different locations, getting shit, and then just starting resell? Like, did you see that shit?
The whole resale thing kind of came out of, but I'm like, you know what? I seem to have a bunch of like I'm a Nickelodeon kid, bro. So like I watched a lot of Nickelodeon when I was younger. So I have a lot of like useless information in my head, bro. For some reason, so that useless information from the 90s allows you to recognize a lot of like, you know, TV programmed a lot of like commercials and shit during that era in my head. So I know certain things that if I go to the flea market, I'm like, that was the hottest toy in 1994 because I saw 12 commercials in a fucking hour span. You know what I mean? That's the kind of shit that I remember in my time. So seeing that, I kind of like I started seeing like I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like it's my age is like the era where you're starting seeing these things that you grew up watching become more valuable because it become vintage.
And fools want to buy that
and
shit.
Fools want to buy. It's not fools like me and you. Sometimes it is because I'm one of those fools that buy certain shit for myself, but it's rare. And then I started like looking online for more help. And the homie, I've had him on my podcast, The Art of Resale. You know, Arthur out in Las Vegas. He was one of the channels that I saw first. And I was like, yo, this fool's raza. He's cool. He wakes up early. I'm like, this fool has 2 kids. He's married. And he's out there doing this shit. I'm like,
I've seen a lot of people do like resell of shoes. But you motherfuckers do resell of everything.
I specifically do everything. Like, I know Art does like a little bit of everything. But like me, like, I'll do my research and then I'll test the waters. Like, I'll be like, all right, cool. I'll spend the whole week. I'm like, what is the market value of Funko Pops at? I was like, what do I need the price for me to still win? This and that. Like, what do I need to look for? So I'll do that. Like, I'm never afraid to do anything. Like, anything as long as there's some relatability to it. So, like, even if I don't collect Funko Pops myself, like, I know Be Real just has one. Maybe I could get one signed and have a couple of them and sign and sell that way. Maybe I know a couple of these pop culture characters, Jurassic Park shit. I'm a big dinosaur Jurassic Park fan. So, like, I know how to recognize certain things like that. So I think, like, the abundance of growing up in the 90s pop culture and me being exposed to it so much led to me being, like, I guess, knowledgeable with the current stuff that is turning vintage. Yeah. Because that's really what it is. I'm watching a lot of my things that I grew up with watching
barely turning vintage. Old.
Yeah, and it's
and collectible.
Yes.
You know? So motherfuckers don't have this
and
shit.
And I know about this shit. So it's like I go back and I look at it and I'm like, yeah, like, it's a bitch to wake up certain times, you know what I mean, early in the morning. But, you know, like, my girlfriend helps me out with a lot of shit. And, you know, I do a lot of, you know, like, I leave work to go work at home.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, did that shit turn in from having fun to going to these swap meets?
Absolutely.
And to now it's kind of like work, or you still have fun when you go to the shits? I missed my
second year of BrealTV. I missed my second and third year. Not that I missed the financial part of it, but I missed the liberty part of it where, like, I felt like, oh, man, I don't have anything to do. And then here I was looking for so many things to find out what to do with my time that now it's like that saying where it's like,
we don't got a lot of time. You don't got time for anything else now. Yeah, now like, it's fucking podcasting, my shows. It's fucking this. It's reselling. Going to find shit to resell. Like, so yeah, now it turned into some shit.
It did, and
you got to pick up drawing or pick up fucking making fucking pottery or some shit now. I can't pick up any more
hobbies, dude. I can't even pick up any more hobbies.
That's just gonna turn. I'm gonna start selling the motherfucking pottery now.
I become Picasso selling.
I know. That's what, you know, this fool Ezone paints now.
Yeah, I'd be like, you know, he's selling portraits. He has an art gallery, but I mean, the thing. It
don't stop, huh?
Yeah, the thing with that is that, like, I'm persistent with everything that I do, bro. So, like, I don't like to abandon things, bro. Like, I like to get married with the things that I do. So, like, if I like it, I'm gonna keep going till, like, the wheels fall off. Like, you know what I mean? The moment this shit
100.
does not become profitable or something like that, then okay, it's time to move on. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because obviously money makes everything tick. But, like, at the end of the day, like, yes, all these things that I do are all hustles for me.
Yeah.
Like, and what I mean by hustles is like a gig, bro. It's no different than like another gig, bro. It's
like
job,
you gotta wake up. You gotta what time you wake up to go to the motherfucking swap meet now on Sundays, dog?
We were up at like 6 o'clock in the morning today. The alarm hit 5:30, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm like, let's sleep till 6, and then we got up, and then we're like, go. And today was kind of weak because a lot of people, like, I knew this going in beforehand, and I should have thought about this before. Like, I should have taken this day off, considering, like, you know, I got to play those cards right. Because I'm like, 4th of July weekend is one of the slowest, weekends for
right. No,
retail.
This weekend, swap meet weekend, no?
No, it is. No, it's
4th of July morning, nah?
No, it's not. It was garage sale weekend.
Garage sale weekend all day.
Garage sales, it was like you had garage sales that were offering hot dogs and burgers, bro, to anybody who showed up all weekend. But you gotta know that game. Like, that's the difference, bro. Like, I got into the resale things all blindfoldedly, and I would hit up certain homies for certain game, but I would go to thrift stores, overpay for shit, go to flea markets, they were overhyped, go pay for it. And I had to learn through all that shit. And then, like, now I just be hitting up garage sales and fucking swap meets.
Hey, I'm on that tip right now, but I just got a whole bunch of stuff. Instead of selling all this shit, I just have a whole bunch of shit that I'm about to sell. Like, I got just a whole bunch of shit, chairs
Yeah.
and fucking these little fucking ornaments and shit that people want. Like I got fucking 10 of them. Motherfuckers want to buy the whole thing to decorate their whole party. We got them. You know what I'm saying? But I got into getting that shit. But this weekend, fool, came up on a big ass score.
Yeah.
Like
What'd you get?
random. And I got some books
What'd
for
you
you.
get?
I got some shit for you.
No, but what'd you get?
That I
in the
was
store?
gonna bring and I forgot. Fool, we were driving, and this house was like throwing shit away or whatever. But they had a whole bunch of good shit on the side, like you know, giving away. So I went and drove in. And I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" And I seen the man, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "Oh, we're getting rid of a whole bunch of everything." He's like, "Some guy just came in and took up all the electronics, and we have other stuff. We're gonna be here all week, all weekend. Come and grab whatever." I was like, "What's going on?" So I went and I came up on, not thinking nothing of it at the time.
Yeah.
I just seen it and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." I got some homies that are into photography, but I got a whole kit to do developing film.
Damn.
Like fool, dog. It's
For
like
free?
Dog, yes, fool.
Damn,
like
that's a come up.
everything. It's like the trays, it's the juice, the
black juice.
solution,
Yeah.
the little jars,
Yeah.
everything. Even pick like the paper for pictures.
I bet you Ray would buy that
big
shit.
old picture. Fool, I got everything, dog. Like the light, the everything, fool, to make your shit. And I was like, what? And the man's all, take everything. This is the whole kit. He's all, this all came from one room. So I just took that because my truck already had a whole bunch of other stuff in it. So I took all this stuff. I was like, oh, whatever. What I got for you is like some books by that fool, Matt Groening, the motherfucker that does Simpsons.
And King of the Hill.
Like he does, it's like School is Hell.
Yeah,
Love is
yeah.
hell. Well, I got those. I got you, fool.
That's
Don't
sick.
trip.
Thank
I was
you.
gonna bring
Fuck
him,
yeah.
but I didn't. I forgot
Yeah.
because I was all fucking kind of rushing. But I got you those fucking books. But I found those books, Dick. He had like some frames because I do art and all. I was like, let me get these frames. I'm gonna frame something in here. So I took that. But I went to the crib and I noticed that the shit to do the film and everything. I looked it up. It's brand new,
It's
dog.
like $400. The whole skit.
No, dog. I fucking looked up the thing and it's brand new.
Yeah.
Like nice. I looked up the name and the fucking marca, everything.
Oh, you had a brand name.
$3,000 just for the little camera thing. Like
Damn.
that does it. I have the camera, the case, the
You know
the
what?
trays.
Somebody
I have
died there,
everything.
bro.
Well, that's what
yeah.
what I told the man. I said, "What's going on?" He said, "The man who lives." He's like, "I own the house." The guy who died, he died, but I guess he doesn't have.
A will.
Nobody has came and claimed nothing of his. He's also, and it's time, I got to get
Yeah.
it. He's also, everything's just going. He's all, we're going to be here all week. Come and get shit.
Man, dog,
but I got this stuff, and dog, when I looked it up, fucking just for that thing, $3,000.
To
I looked up the
resellers
other,
like me,
I looked
dog,
up the other stuff
that's
that they
the
have on
grail.
there. It's like $500. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn. So, I'm like, what the fuck? This is crazy shit.
That's the grail, dog.
Good fucking shit here. And I have the whole motherfucking set. And that's what I'm saying. Like, shit like that, you could be at the right place at the right motherfucking time, get some shit, resell it, and it could change your whole shit. Your whole week, your whole month. You could pay rent that month. You could pay fucking this with that motherfucking sell if you sell it. Or you could just have it. Some people are, I'm going to keep it. For what? All of a sudden, you're going to start motherfucking printing fucking pictures at the crib, dick. Sell that shit.
You know what?
Fools will be like, I'm gonna keep it, dog. Nah,
I
fool.
used
It's
to
gonna
be like that.
food.
I
It's
used to
gonna
be like that.
you're gonna keep it, and it's gonna get old, and nobody's gonna want that shit. Get rid of that motherfucking shit. Know what I'm saying?
I used to be like that, bro. Like you used to get attached to your things, and then
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, and then you can't. I learned to get use out of it. So if I get a toy that I used to or like something like that, I'm like, man, I wanted this when I was younger. I'll put it on my podcast desk. It'll be on the 3 episodes. All right, the T-Rex got enough shine. We're gonna auction this motherfucker off. Motherfuckers are gonna get this shit, and it's gonna
No,
go
you
to
end up
somebody's
keeping
kid.
some shit.
Yeah, because I ended up like that's what got me into the whole like doing the auction things and whatnot, and the other side.
Oh,
of resale,
that.
yeah.
Whatnot is what I said. I was telling him. I said, he'll fucking get some shit. And he sells on this auction and whatnot. And shit goes, dog. T-shirts.
I went to go buy T-shirts today.
Motherfucking
I went to
sock.
go buy hoodies. I went to go buy everything today. And I said, all right, I'm going to list this on whatnot. I don't buy, like, I'll literally be buying, like, shit for, like, the low. But, like, it's money, bro. Like,
Yeah, motherfuckers want it.
like, I'm like, yo, why am I going to let all the stores on Larchmont go to this fucking swap meets and garage sales and buy the same fucking Morrissey shirt from the paisa that got tired of listening to him when he got married.
Fool,
and
I got
they're
a
selling me
grip
that
of
shirt
Morrissey
back to
shirts.
me for $57 when I could be selling it or auctioning it off for fucking $25 when I know it could be going to somebody else's raza that might appreciate it or it's compared to somebody just wearing
Somebody
it for
that just
cultural
wants to wear that
appropriation.
shit.
Yeah,
No,
like,
but that's what I'm saying. Fool, I got a whole bunch of shit. Dick, I was taking a whole bunch of shit out of my den and
I'll
everything.
send you the link, bro.
I seen some shit and I was like, dog, I have so much shit and it's cool shit. And I'm like, somebody is gonna want this. My girl's like, let's throw it away. You just think somebody's gonna want it. It's been here. I'm like, nah, somebody. So there's some shit where it would have been out, dog, but I'm like, I'm gonna keep these bags right here because somebody wants this fucking fool. I have like sick ass like 50s shirts, like Richie Valens type shit, like some shit that motherfucker would have wore. Fools wear that shit all day.
Yeah.
Fools are looking for that shit.
You would get your money back.
And
at
this
least.
is real shit from back in the day. The tags all fucked up, little fucking brown on that motherfucker. That's how you know it's old. You know what I'm saying? Good shit. I have a whole bunch of that shit. And some of the shit, my girl tries to throw that shit away, download little by little.
Nah, bro.
I'm like, don't fuck with that shit because this is good shit. She's like, you're a hoarder. I'm like, no, motherfuckers want this shit. And now I'm just like, I'm on some I'll give it away type shit because I'm not going to take my time trying to sell this shit.
You have to though, bro.
And
That's
now
money.
that I see motherfucking this fool $10 a little t-shirt you got for what? 2 cents?
Or something I don't wear no more.
It adds up, fool. So that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm going to fucking try to resell all this shit. I have good shit. I have good, cool vintage shit.
Yeah.
I was telling Modesto, I have fucking dope ass. Back in the day, fool, my house, and I had a whole bunch of shit in it, like vintage shit, pictures, and fucking types of fucking furniture. Like, oh, this motherfucker made this furniture. This shit's feria. It looks cool. Motherfuckers buy that shit. I have that shit chilling at the house.
Yeah, dog.
I have a fucking Eames lounge chair, kicking it right there at the motherfucking house. That shit got fucking. I was telling them I have a box of fucking, I don't know what the fuck's on it. Another bag with curtains, and it's just chilling. You just see the back of the fucking little.
I've gotten things, bro. That
The
like,
chair right there, and
I've
it's like
sat on it for
motherfuckers
a
are
while.
like, and fools that know, they're like, hey, that's fatty out right there, and it's just kicking it right there.
It makes no use, bro. Like it's like I told X, I'm getting rid of everything. Like,
Fool, it's time to get rid of. It's 2022. We getting rid of motherfucking everything up in this bitch. We going up on OfferUp, Whatnot, Facebook Market. We're gonna put it on there, and everything's for
I got
motherfucking
banned
sale.
on Facebook Market.
What did he say? Maybe even you.
No, I got banned on Facebook Market for like back in
Why,
the
where
day
you were
before it
trying
was.
to do
I would
some
always try to
funny
sell
shit.
weed on there.
Dick, for real?
I would be posting the bills like, hit me up, I deliver. And then,
Serio?
yeah, like when I was younger, and then like that shit came back to haunt me. They were like, well, this shit ain't legal no more. We caught to your ads.
Damn.
So your ass can't.
Hey,
get
did
this
it
shit.
work though for you?
Oh, I used to have a whole route. I used to,
Yeah?
I used to deliver all over the hood.
You're like, hey, what's up, Jerry?
Yeah,
You're like,
like,
I know. He's my friend from Facebook. I buy fucking pot off him. You know, on
like
Tuesday.
shit like that. I would just show them
That's
in
fucking
front of their
tight.
houses. Be like, hey, you outside? All right, cool, I'm here. I would pick and choose. Though,
Random
too,
ass fool, huh? They were like,
somebody
how
would
do you
be
know
like,
him?
yo. I'm like, if somebody didn't feel comfortable to order in front of their house, I'd be like, hey, meet me in front of the Louisiana's fried chicken. It's like, niggas get shot there. I ain't
Yeah,
going there.
no.
You tripping?
You were like, I'm gonna wait on your street. I'm gonna be the first truck you see. I'm gonna be right behind it.
Yeah, for real.
Like, just go up to my car. You like, you get a fucking carton of milk and be like, I don't even need this carton of milk, but it's the 8th in the motherfucker, huh? You're like,
Straight
okay,
up.
let's go then.
Put it in little fake boxes.
Yeah, like, what do I do? Let me see what I got around here to fucking put in this 8th in.
Yep.
You know how it is. But hey, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for tuning in with us. We're right here talking about everything and whatever. We had a good time. I want to thank Ezone for coming here and sharing his story and being here with me doing the show, talking about motherfucking this, that, and the other. UFOs to reselling and doing everything. Make sure you check them out. The links are going to be in the bottom so you guys can tune in and learn more and interact more with Ezone. But episode 2, holding it down in the motherfucking his house with 3 Plates Tommy. Let's go.
Peace out, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
You already know. There ain't no music, but I'm dancing.